Hello, hello. This is Joel Chestnut, episode number 7, Road to Paris. We've moved from Beijing. We are moving to London. Big Ben clock is ticking. London is looking good. And Kenyans athletes are coming to town, to their former colonials. And the Queen, the mother of the Commonwealth, wants to welcome her Commonwealth subjects to London. 2020, 2012. Kenyan is riding on a very high accomplishment from Beijing, and the stage is set in London. And Kenyans have assembled the best of the best from the trials. Something caught my eye during the opening ceremony. Let's go there. I think Kenyans are a very interesting crop of people. We like to impress, even at the expense of looking kind of naive. So what do? Our flag bearer, if you look closely, is a person that I've never heard of, but he's a swimmer by the name of Jason Danford. Apparently, according to the writings that I researched, he was a top swimmer in Kenya. There you go, a swimmer representing Kenya in the Olympics, London. And here we come, London. The flag bearer seems to have some UK-Kenya connection. So I guess we are connected forever after you colonized us. So here comes Jason bearing the flag. Anyway, I had to give you that to realize that they never leave town after they've occupied your country for a long time. I'm being political, that's fine with me. Sebastian Coe is the chairman of these Olympics. And Sebastian Coe, who is Sebastian Coe? In the 80s, I think the middle distance was owned by this country hosting it. UK at one point were dominating middle distance. We have Peter Elliott, Sebastian Coe, and I think those were the big names, the big names in middle distance. Times have changed, and now the chairman in these Olympics has been picked is Sebastian Coe. So I'll start with the 800. The field is set. Coming to this Olympics, the runaway favorite is David Rudisha. He has dethroned Wilson Kipketer in the world stage of record holding. He broke the world record before coming to the Olympics in London. So the final is set. By the field was quite deep. We had Nigel from Botswana. I think we had other athletes. I think Americans were well represented. Kenyans, I think we had 2 or 3. I think if I remember correctly, it's a Sudanese young man who never lived up to his potential. I forget his name. Again, you can comment. I don't want to be the one telling you everything. You can talk to me when you see this. So that's 800 set. The final is set. Rudisha decides, no, I'm taking command of this race. He does. And I think I remember 49, very low 49 or high 49 for the first 400 meters. He wins gold, breaks another world record. He crashes it and dips under 141, 149. He wins gold and breaks the world record. 2 wins for him. Kenyans, we defend our 800 gold medal from Beijing after William Bungei did that. So we did very well in the 800 meters. Ezekiel Kemboi does very well in the 3,000 steeplechase. So where we are supposed to do well, we did well. But I have bad news for you. Those are the only 2 gold medals they won. And so we are coming from 6 in Beijing. We get 2 here. On the women's section in the 800 meters, Pamela Chelimo makes an attempt to defend a gold medal. She doesn't. She gets bronze. Sally Kibiego gets a silver in 10K. Priska Chepto wins a silver in marathon. And Vivian Chiruyot starts to make some noise in 10K and gets a bronze. That's pretty much the top cream I'm looking at here. Hasbel doesn't do very well in the 15, if I remember very correctly. I don't know how he does it. Does he get a medal? We can go double check. But I'm just giving you those highlights to tell you that we came home to our colonial powers and we seem to shrink a little bit. We shrunk in the medal count. We had 16 total medal counts in Beijing. We get 13 in London. We don't live up to the hype, do we? And Kenyan somehow seems to have this very consistent narrative in the Olympics, inconsistency. 1988 was what I've been making a reference of. We go 28, let's say 28 years later in Beijing, we surpass that. 4 years later in London, we dip, or we digress, or whatever you want to call it. And that's our, I mean, Olympics is hard to be consistent. The only thing I would say about this Olympics is that we, Pamela Chelimo, our lady, seems to, she kind of defends it. She makes the final, she gets a bronze. So it's a mixed bag. But Rudisha here pretty much becomes a story that not only does he win gold, he breaks the world record in one of the best assembled 800 meters we've had in a long time, since 1996, when Rudolph, Ezekiel Sepeng, and Fred Onyancha went 1, 2, 3, and it was 142, 143 range. So for me, 800 becomes the talking point in London, because I think the chairman Sebco, you could tell the thrill when that 800 was being was unfolding. So for me, that is Road to Paris, looking at the Kenyan athletes. We've just focused on London. Kenyans came to London, and Kenyans found out that London was still burning for them because they didn't do very well. We won 2 gold medals, and the rest is silver and bronzes. We have 13 medals. Road to Paris. This is Joel Chesemet. See you in my next episode when we move to the Amazon jungle of Brazil. Ciao for now.